The Autocephalous Turkish Orthodox Patriarchate, also referred to as the Turkish Orthodox Church, is an unrecognized Orthodox Christian denomination with strong influences from Turkish nationalist ideology. General Congregation of the Anatolian Turkish Orthodox. The start of the Patriarchate can be traced to the Greco-Turkish War. In 1922, a pro-Turkish Orthodox group, the General Congregation of the Anatolian Turkish Orthodox, was set up with the support from the Orthodox Bishop of Havza, as well as a number of other congregations representing a genuine movement among the Turkish-speaking, Orthodox Christian population of Anatolia who wished to remain both Orthodox and Turkish. There were calls to establish a new patriarchate with Turkish as the language of worship. Foundation. On 15 September 1922, the Autocephalous Orthodox Patriarchate of Anatolia was founded in Kayseri by Pavlos Karahisarudis, a supporter of the General Congregation of the Anatolian Turkish Orthodox. Pavlos Karahisarudis became the patriarch of this new church, and took the name Pope Eftim I. He was supported by 72 other Orthodox clerics. The same year, his supporters, with his tacit support, assaulted Patriarch Meletius IV of Constantinople on 1 June 1923. On 2 October 1923, Papa Eftim besieged the Holy Synod and appointed his own synod. When Eftim invaded the Greek Orthodox Patriarchate, he proclaimed himself the general representative of all the Orthodox communities, with a new ecumenical patriarch, Gregory VII, elected on 6 December 1923 after the abdication of Meletius IV. There was another occupation by Papa Eftim and his followers, when he besieged the Patriarchate for the second time. This time around, they were evicted by the Turkish police. In 1924, Karahisarudis started to conduct the liturgy in Turkish, and quickly won support from the new Turkish Republic formed after the fall of the Ottoman Empire. He claimed that the ecumenical Patriarchate of Constantinople was ethnically centered and favored the Greek population, being excommunicated for claiming to be a bishop while still having a wife, Karahisarudis, who later changed his name into Zeki Erenerel, called a Turkish Ecclesial Congress, which elected him patriarch in 1924. On 6 June 1924, in a conference in the Church of the Virgin Mary in Galata, it was decided to transfer the headquarters of the Turkish Orthodox Patriarchate from Kayseri to Istanbul. In the same session, it was also decided that the Church of Virgin Mary would become the center of the new Patriarchate of the Turkish Orthodox Church. Karahisarudis and his family members were exempted from the population exchanges per a decision of the Turkish government, although there was not the exemption for either Karahisarudis followers of the wider communities of Turkish-speaking Christian that was hoped for. Most of the Turkish-speaking Orthodox population remained affiliated with the Greek Ecumenical Patriarchate of Constantinople. Support for Turkish nationalism. Alparslan Turks took an interest in the Patriarchate during Eftim'i rule. Turks would later establish the Cumhuriyetçi Koylu Millet Partisi. Turks was also involved in the post-1960 coup government, although this was stymied when he fell out of favor with the government and was sent abroad as a military attaché. In 1962, when Father Eftim fell very ill, his elder son Turgut was ordained as Turkish Orthodox Patriarch, taking the name Papa Eftim II. Eftim'i survived with failing health until 1968 when he died. Eftim II died in 1991 and Karahisartha's younger son, Selçuk Erenerol, became the new patriarch, taking the title Papa Eftim III. Renounced of his protest over growing links between the Turkish state and the Greek Patriarch of Istanbul and Turkish attempts to join the European Union, attempts of integrating the Gagauz to the Church. There have been a number of attempts from the 1930s into the 21st century to tie the Turkish Orthodox Patriarchate with the ethnically Turkish, Greek Orthodox Gagauz minority in Bessarabia. In the 1930s, attempts were made to integrate the adherents to the Church by Gagauz Christians within Turkey as a congregation for the Church. Hamdullah Tanriova, Turkish ambassador to Romania, tried to attract a number of communities in Gagauzia and Bessarabia regions, at the time integrated with Romania, presently part of the Republic of Moldova. Gagauz Christian Orthodox peoples spoke a Turkish dialect known as Gagauza, written using the Greek alphabet. In spite of the similarities with the Greek Orthodox, Turkish-speaking people native to the Cappadocia regions of Anatolia in Turkey, Tanriova's plans were to establish Gagauz communities in the Turkish region of Marmara, such that these communities would be attached to Autocephalous Turkish Orthodox Patriarchate founded by Eftim I. In 1935, about 70 Gagauz took the offer of the Turkish diplomat and settled down in Turkey. The new immigrants, facing a lot of hardship, finally converted to Islam. Eftim I was furious, sending a letter to the diplomat Hamdullah Tanriova, in which asked, "Where are my 70 devotees?" His failure to conserve the Gagauz Christians and to reintegrate them within his church was a great source of deception for him. With the onslaught of the Second World War, plans were put on hold and no further Gagauz were offered to join the church. The plans of incorporating the Gagauz within the Turkish Orthodox Church resurfaced after the fall of the Soviet Union in the early 1990s. The Turkish government proposed a step Topal, president of the independent region of Gagauzia, to tie the Gagauz Christians, numbering according to estimates to up to 120,000 Christians, to the Autocephalous Turkish Orthodox Patriarchate. Stefan Topal visited Turkey in 1994 and met with Papa Eftim III, and eventually 100 families accompanied by 4 priests came to Istanbul to be possibly part of the Turkish Orthodox Church community. Nevertheless, the Gagauz leaders reconsidered the plans, preferring to stay committed through bonds to the Russian Orthodox Patriarchate instead. Author Mustafa Akinçikli says if the plan had succeeded, the Gagauz would truly establish a valid Turkish Orthodox Church community. During the 8th Friendship, Brotherhood and Cooperation Congress of Turkish States and Communities held 24–26 March 2000, calls were made particularly to the Gagauz, but also to Moldavian Orthodox Christian communities of Turkish origin in general to consider joining the Turkish Orthodox Church. But this plan was never realized. The efforts of Eftim III, however, were recognized by the ultra-nationalist Turkish movement as a valid attempt to reunite Turkish nations with their origin. Links to the Ergenekon affair. On the 22nd of January 2008, Sevgi Erenerol, the granddaughter of Papa Eftim I, the founder of the church, and the daughter of Papa Eftim III and the sister of the current primate Papa Eftim IV, was arrested for alleged links with a Turkish nationalist underground organization named Ergenekon. At the time of her arrest, she was the spokeswoman for the Patriarchate. It was also alleged that the Patriarchate served as headquarters for the organization. Sevgi Erenerol was well known for her nationalist activities and antagonism to the ecumenical Greek Patriarchate and the Armenian Apostolic Church. During the time of Alparslan Turks, she had run as a parliamentary candidate for the MHP, the political arm of the Grey Wolves. On August 5, 2013, Sevgi was found guilty of involvement in the Ergenekon conspiracy and sentenced for life imprisonment. List of patriarchs of the Turkish Orthodox Church. Papa Fd. Born name Pavlos Karahisar, this later changed to Zeki Erenerel. He resigned for health reasons. Papa Fd. Was awarded the Medal of Independence, the highest decoration of the Republic of Turkey. He died on 14 March 1968. Papa Fd. Born name Yorgos Karahisar, this later changed to Turgut Erenerel, elder son of Papa Fd. Died on 9 May 1991. Papa Fd. Selçuk Erenerel, younger son of Papa Fd. Resigned after political disagreements with the Turkish government over growing links between the Turkish authorities and the Greek Ecumenical Patriarch and the Turkish process of accession to the European Union. He died on 20 December 2002, just weeks after his resignation. Papa Fd. V. Pasa Umit Erenerel, grandson of Papa Fd. and son of Papa Fd. 3. Churches and congregation. A number of churches have been seized from the Greek Orthodox Christians in Istanbul over the years, all in Karaköy area of Istanbul and the environs. The Ecumenical Orthodox Patriarchate, the original owners of the churches, has never recognized the usurpations and continued demanding the restitution of the churches to their jurisdiction. These churches have included the Church of the Virgin Mary in Karaköy, which is now the headquarters of the Patriarchate. From 2008, no religious services are held. Built in 1583 by Travon Karabanikov, it is also popularly known as St. Mary of Katha because it was founded by the Greek community of Katha and is located at 2 Ali Pasadagurman, Sokagi. The church underwent a number of fires and several reconstructions, with the major one in 1840, the date to which the present construction belongs. The Church of Christ had also been seized by the Turkish Orthodox Patriarchate in 1926. The Turkish government finally decided to give back the Hristos Church in Galata in 1947 to the Orthodox Patriarchate, but because of a road enlargement in the area, the church was torn down and the compensation paid for its expropriation was given to the foundation of the Turkish Orthodox Patriarchate. St. John Chrysostoma's church ceased after the anti-Greek riots of 1955. Church was built by Travon Karabanikov and is located on 15 Vekelhak, Sokagi. After a fire destroyed it in 1696 and replaced by a new one in 1698. Reconstructions were made in 1836 and finally 1853 by architects Mazzini and Stamatis Falieros, with the permission of Sultan Abdülhamit I, giving the church the present form. For the 1990s, the church was leased to the Assyrian Church of the East, who lacked a church in Istanbul. The Church of St. Nicholas, seized after the anti-Greek riots of 1956. The church was built by Travon Karabanikov and is situated on the corner of Hokitas and Sokagi with Mumhan Kadasi. The last reconstruction was realized in 1804. A fire in the 21st century destroyed some parts of the church, rendering it redundant. Besides these churches, the Turkish Orthodox Patriarchate owns an important number of the commercial premises, an office building and a summer palace. They are run under the name of Independent Turkish Orthodox Foundation Congregation. The predominant congregation of the church is made up of members of the en family. The very few who had adhered to the church earlier have defected to more traditional Orthodox churches, and the number of followers of the Turkish Orthodox Patriarchate is negligible, excluding the en family, which governs the Patriarchate. Potential patriarchs would likely be other immediate en family descendants, like Papa Fd Mayai's son Timur en or Papa Fd Mayai's sisters, two sons Umit and Erkan Kontorglu. Turkish Orthodox Church in America. The Turkish Orthodox Church in America was an old Catholic group of 20 predominantly African American churches in the United States, loosely linked to the Patriarchate. It formed in 1966 under Christopher M. Cragg, an African American physician. He changed his name to Archbishop Civic Christoph. It continued to exist throughout the 1970s but fell away in the early 1980s when Cragg opened a clinic in Chicago. Bibliography. Fatih Ben Lizoy, Papa Fd. The Foundation of the Turkish Orthodox Church. Unpublished Master Thesis. Boğaziçi University, Istanbul. 2002. Dr. Bestami Sadi Bilgik. The Greek Orthodox Patriarchate and the Turkish-Greek Relations, 1923–1940. Turkish Week, June 15, 2005. Xavier Luffen, Le Patriarcat Orthodox Turk, Het Christelijke Oosten, 52. Nimagwe, 2000, p. 73–96. Xavier Luffen, Baba Fd. Meleglis Orthodox Turk, de l'usage politique d'un institution religieuse. Journal of Eastern Christian Studies. Volume 52, Issue 1–2, 2000. Abstract in Journal of Eastern Christian Studies. Harry J. Samardis, The Ecumenical Patriarchate under the Turkish Republic, The First 10 Years, Balkan Studies 2, Thessaloniki, 1961, pp. 47–70. J. Xavier, An Autocephalous Turkish Orthodox Church, Eastern Church Review, 3.